you have to be very consistent and never lose interest. If you lose interest in serving food, then don't do it, because you're going to mix up a lot of things. Serving food is an art, and you have to do it with a lot of passion. And if you love it, you're going to do a lot better though.
Welcome to Season 9 of the No Dishes Podcast, presented by our friends at Game Day Men's Health. They have a wide variety of services. You can find out more at GameDayMen'sHealth.com. I've been seeing them for 5 months, have lost over 50 pounds, but they do so much more than just weight loss. We're so appreciative to them of showing their support for the local restaurant community and highlighting the people that make it go. DJ, spin that track.
Hey, say, honey, let's go out to eat. Relieve our culinary duties. With all these restaurants to sweep us off our feet, they're bound to turn us into foodies. No dishes, no dishes, no dishes. We'll have a bottle of wine for lights and have a good time. No dishes, no dishes.
I'm so excited for today. This is one of so many people, or if not the favorite restaurant for so many people in town. The only Afghan restaurant in Bloomington, Samira on the square. We have owner Anwar Naderpoor here with us. Anwar, how are you today?
I'm feeling very fine.
I love it. Well, thank you for taking the time to
be
here.
You do the same thing.
Yeah. Well, so we had met for the first time about 15 minutes ago, and we've been able to chat a little bit. And I'm just really excited because I already could tell in our brief conversation, you have a really interesting story, and we were already diving into it some. And I was like, we need to hold on. We need to get this on camera. But let's talk about Samira. It's Bloomington's only Afghan restaurant, as I mentioned. You said it's been open 27 years to the month. Absolutely. September of '98.
September of 1998 when we opened the restaurant, yes.
Fantastic. And what inspired you to open up an Afghan restaurant?
Well, I always wanted to open a restaurant, okay? I don't know. So for some reason, I had the idea of opening a restaurant and introduce this food as well. And there was just only one restaurant in Indianapolis. And it was a friend of mine that opened that restaurant. In that time, I was living in Virginia. But I received a call from him that he needed some help. And I said, let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to get some experience in this restaurant. And eventually, if I open my own, I will go down that road and I will open. And I did work there for 5 years.
Wow, okay.
And accumulated some experience and everything. We used to commute to Bloomington to visit some relatives in here. And the space that I have my restaurant, it was open. And that time, the downtown of Bloomington, it was not as vivid and alive as it is today, you know. There are more restaurants in downtown, and there is a lot of activities and everything. And that motivated me, you know, to go ahead and open something in here. So I discussed this, you know, with my friend who had the restaurant, and I said, I'm going to move to Bloomington and open a restaurant. And that's what I did. So, yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I've heard, you know, Downtown Bloomington Inc. and the Chamber, they've done some presentations where Bloomington's downtown in the 80s was very kind of run down. And the Cook family, a lot of people stepped in to really bring it to where it is today. So it makes sense in the late 90s because apparently everything had moved to the east side. The mall had opened and the east side was where it was at. There wasn't a whole lot going on downtown. So it's awesome that you still saw, you had the vision to be like, downtown is going to be where it's at.
Definitely. You know, as soon as I opened the restaurant, I saw that the city is trying to do something as well. In that time, there was a Marrakesh restaurant used to be called at the Princess Theater.
Okay.
And there was a guy in the name of Muhammad that had a Marrakesh restaurant. He had a restaurant on that side, and I was working on the construction of the restaurant. He passed one day and he said, oh, you're opening a restaurant in Bloomington. It's a tough business and a tough town. Because in summertime, the business gets a little bit, you know, during the school year, the pie is this big. It's very big. When it gets to summer, the pie gets shrink to a very small pie, and everyone has to survive on that. It is a little bit difficult during summertime, but overall, it's a very good time to do business.
Yeah, well, and obviously you figured it out. 27 years
I
later,
did.
you're doing
now
something
I'm
right.
used to it, so there is no worrisome.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about anything. So when the business goes up and down a little bit, I said that's the trend in Bloomington. So, and I'm lucky enough that being followed by a lot of local as well, so
Of course.
which is very good. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure when it dies off a little bit in the summer, you don't mind getting some rest. And
Well, I
maybe-
know in summertime when the restaurant gets a little bit slower, the town people, they get out from the house.
Yeah.
There is more parking available in downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And our business, it doesn't go down. We still get some business. And we keep our employee and we never lay off anybody. So it's a very good way to, and everything is running pretty smooth. So
That's great.
Yeah.
When we were talking, before we started recording, you were talking about the process of just getting the restaurant opened and how, the city planning department helped. Tell us a little bit about some of.
Well, it wasn't an easy process because, I became the main contractor.
Yeah.
I hired in a different plumber, drywall people. A lot of people that I hired, electrician, and I dealt with it. Unfortunately, I had some bad experience as well. There are some people that they just want to take your money, some of the contractor. But lucky on my side, I didn't have that much problem. It took me a while to open it. The city of Bloomington, they were very helpful as well, especially the planning department. They helped me with a lot of design and everything else. And if I was not able to sketch something, they were sketching it for me and approve it, which was very, very good from the city of Bloomington, especially planning department. So,
yeah. Well, that's fantastic. We rely a lot on the city to help, and again, because of their help back in the late 90s, we still are fortunate to have this amazing restaurant on the square
thank you
here
so
much later, When you first got the doors open, what was that experience like? You had the 5 years in Indy, had some experience under your belt, but were really any unexpected twists and turns, or was it really slow and then you really had to develop that following?
I was very optimistic toward it. The first night we opened without any advertising, without letting anybody know about it. We opened the door and we put a sign outside that Samira restaurant is open. The first night we had 4 tables, which was not bad at all, The second night that turned to be at 8 tables. And the third night, we got the whole dining room full of people.
Oh, incredible.
And it was unbelievable. We had the support of people, the support of local people right from the beginning. So it was not as good as until 9/11 took place. When 9/11 took place, and that's where a lot of people recognize Afghanistan, first of all. And they come out. I thought I was going to face some harsh reality of life. They might become hostile toward me or something. But on the contrary, they come with a flower bouquet that night. And they were very sorry that they invaded Afghanistan, especially local people. And the business was recognized, that the amount of business even doubled. So it was a very good time in that time. That's where the business took a very nice spike and went up. So
man, that makes us. I didn't live in Bloomington around that time, but that makes me really proud of the Bloomington community.
Absolutely,
because I think it's very reasonable to be like, oh, whoa, what effect is this going to have? Being an Afghan restaurant, and so to see that it went the opposite way it's very, very
definitely
cool.
We had some hostility and some rioting in front of my restaurant, but it wasn't. But mostly. I was really appreciated by local people. They came to us, as I told you, with a bouquet of flower and everything. Man. They supported me, and they are still supporting me up to today. I become friend to most of my clientele as well. And my daughter, she got married with somebody that used to come with his family, dine with us, So that's another thing, So this is one of the good things that happen as well. So,
wow, yeah, that's awesome. The restaurant owner's daughter marrying a regular.
Marrying a customer, a fellow that I really enjoyed this company when he was coming to restaurant. He was a vivid person, a very nice person, and I didn't know that he was becoming my in-law, my daughter's in-law. So, yeah.
That's awesome. And now you told me before, I didn't know this, that the restaurant is named after your daughter.
It is, yeah. We were looking for name, for when I wanted to open the restaurant. And I said, what better name than Samira? We had some struggle getting our first child. But when we got her, she was a special child to us. And I said, well, I'm going to name the restaurant after my daughter. And sometime my son, Yosef, he said, my son, daddy, if you open the second restaurant, what are you going to name it? I said, I'm going to call it Joseph Pasta House. I'm always in the dream of opening an Italian restaurant because I have a very good experience that I worked with a very famous Italian restaurant in Indianapolis as well. In that time, it was Amalfi Coast. It was a very famous, well-known restaurant. They are not there anymore. The owner opened a bigger place. It is called Puccini right now in Indianapolis.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah. Because Puccinis and Buccettos are...
No, these are not the Puccini, that one. This is a totally different guy.
Oh, it's not that chain. Okay, I got you.
He has it next to Walmart on Keystone, the Crossing. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, up there at the Fashion Mall.
Very fancy restaurant, very beautiful though.
Interesting. Okay.
And that time when I was working with him, his mom, she used to cook for him as well in the kitchen, and she was making some very special dishes. Unbelievable. Yeah.
So now, you're 27 years into owning your own restaurant.
Absolutely.
Do you think you would still take on another restaurant?
I always have dreams.
Yeah.
I don't think it might happen. It may not happen. I have that dream, but right now, the Samira restaurant has, it's running by my son mostly at nighttime. I go there at daytime and take care of some paperwork, some grocery and everything. I run lunch for 2 days. I'm trying to open lunch for 5 days as I used to, and thinking of Sunday brunch because on Sunday, Mother's Day, I opened the restaurant with a nice buffet, and we did very well. People, they didn't know that much. We advertised a little bit, but we got a very good response to it also.
Well, I fully advocate for that because I think, especially just more weekday lunch buffets.
Absolutely. If you do a Sunday brunch, I think it will be a very good idea. And a lot of people, they're requesting that. So
Yeah. Well, that'd be great. And then I just know, because right now you just do Thursday, Friday?
Just Thursday, Friday.
Right.
I'm planning to open some more days for lunch, probably from Tuesday to Friday or from Tuesday to Sunday. I don't know.
That'd be great.
We are planning on that. So
yeah, I feel like the amount of times where I was like, "Ooh, I should go do the Samira buffet today," and it's a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and I'm like, But no, I get it. It's a lot. When you do that buffet, walk us through kind of what people can expect to find. What all do you put out?
We put always two kind of meat. Lunch is very reasonable priced. We cannot put too much meat because the price of everything went really up. We put chicken and we make some sort of meatball from ground beef. But all the meat and everything that I use is a very quality meat, and I do it very well. It's always chicken and beef, and the rest of it are all vegetarian. There are 8 dishes on the lunch buffet. 2 of the meat and the other 6 are all vegetarian. And we also have salad, Greek salad, and cucumber salad. We have some fresh fruit. And we are planning to put some more stuff on the buffet as well. So that's all we have right now for the buffet.
I'd say that's more than just all.
It's
that's
very
it. Yeah,
nice.
that's a lot.
Everything is cooked fresh that day, served that day, and that's it. So it's not that we serve the leftover or anything on lunch buffet. No, it's all freshly made, very nice. And that's the way we do business.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in my experiences coming in, it's always very fresh, vibrant, delicious food.
Absolutely.
Garrett was chatting with you about being in there the other day.
We're trying to keep the quality really high.
Yeah.
I don't want to lower the quality. And at the same time, I don't want to spike the price because of the food costs and everything else. And I want to keep my regular customer coming in. So,
Are you wanting to move better, feel better, and live better? Look no further than Move Bloomington, where their small group personal training programs are designed to improve strength, balance, and flexibility. With a welcoming environment, their expertly guided workouts can help you feel supported in the life and activities you love in and out of the gym. Whether you're new to exercise, a lifelong athlete, or anywhere in between, their dedication to personalized programming will deliver sessions that meet you where you are. Visit movebloomington.com to learn more and get started today. Your family will have a blast at Constellation Stage and Screen's upcoming musical, You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, on stage November 1st through the 16th at the Waldron Auditorium. Join Charlie Brown, Snoopy, and the whole Peanuts gang. This timeless classic brings the beloved comic strip to life with laugh-out-loud moments, memorable songs, and a big dose of charm. It's truly fun for all ages. See You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, on stage November 1st through the 16th in downtown Bloomington. Find tickets at cconstellation.org. I've been using WaterTech pools for all of my pool and hot tub needs for 2 seasons now, and cannot recommend them highly enough. Jason, Brian, and their entire team are incredibly knowledgeable and can help you with your next pool installation, closing or opening, or just helping you maintain your chemicals and cleanliness throughout the year. They even do custom stainless steel pools. Learn more at Jays, that's Jays, watertechpools.com. Yeah, that's so is the buffet 11 to 2?
11 to 2.
Okay.
Thursday to Friday.
Yeah.
It's just $15 per person.
That's extremely reasonable. Yeah, I need it's been a little bit too long since I've been at the lunch buffet. I know. It's just it's so good, and it's just different. Again, you're the only one we're doing that. You know, you have the Indian buffets, but it's just different.
They're a little bit more different than our food. Indian foods are a little bit, they tend to be a little bit more spicy. Mm-hmm. I love Indian food as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little bit different than Indian food.
Of course, yeah.
But,
it's just think of the different options. You know, one day you can go to Taste of India, one day you can go to Samira. You got these great buffet options.
Yeah.
So in your 27 years, have you had anyone that's still a regular that started coming in 1998?
I mean, I see a lot of regulars. Believe me, I lost some regulars due to their old age, due to coronavirus as well. I lost some people. I still remember them. Whenever I see some of their relatives and all this, that reminded me of those people. I have dealt with a lot of good people during this 27 years of business, which I was very lucky.
Yeah, that's the best part.
It is because you're meeting a lot of people. I do catering as well. You know, I mean, I cater for a wedding, anniversary, any occasion, and I do it on a very prompt way and very good way as well. So
yeah, well, that's good.
I have a very good tie with IU as well. Mm-hmm. IU is getting a lot of catering from us. They've sent their faculty staff. There are a lot of people there are having interviews or anything that they are sending it to our restaurant. In a way, IU is supporting us very much so. Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Each department of they're supporting us very well.
Yeah, we've grown that ourselves with the chocolate mousse over the years.
Absolutely.
Where you've got the chemistry department, the biology department, the music school, and there's always need for ice cream or food or whatever.
I mean, I'm very fortunate on that part. You know, they have a very good tie with us, and I cater a lot of food for you as well. So.
Now, tell us about your full menu. We talked a little bit about just the menu for lunch, for the buffet. What are some of your favorite dishes? And if someone hasn't been into Samira, what would be a good introductory, dish to Afghan cuisine?
Afghan cuisines are known for their kebabs, and rice dishes that we are making. dumpling. The dumpling that we make, it's unbelievable. Mantu, we call that mantu. It's stuffed with ground beef, onion. We have vegetarian mantu, we have meat mantu, we have chicken mantu. Chicken mantu is not popular among Afghans, but I make it from, and then people, they love it.
Okay, yeah.
So our cuisine consists of mostly our kebabs, slow cooked dishes as well. But majority of the food that are very famous, they fall in kebab section, and qabli, which is a very known dish in Afghanistan, and people, they know about it as well. So
now, what's your favorite personal dish? Like, what
I
do you
love
make
dumpling. The mantu. I love
Okay.
mantu. I love kebabs. The rice also, rice dishes that we make, the qabli palav is unbelievable as well. Anything, as I'm telling you, the mantu is very popular as well. So we do sell a lot of dumpling. We make it from the scratch. Everything that is made in our restaurant, they are made from scratch. It's not that you can go for somewhere and buy it. You have to make that from the scratch. And this is the way we do it.
Yeah. Now, where did the recipes come from?
The recipe, to be honest, when I was in Afghanistan, most of the things, was done by my sister or my mom. I don't remember cooking in Afghanistan whatsoever. But unfortunately, when the Russian invasion, or in that time, the Soviet invasion took place in Afghanistan, a lot of people, they fled. Students, they fled because I was at the University of Kabul on my third year of university. I had to flee the country because there was a lot of chaos. We had a demonstration against the government. They imprisoned a lot of students. Some of them disappeared with no return whatsoever. So I had been informed by one of my classmates that the government we had a manifestation, a demonstration against the government that time. He advised me to get out as soon as possible because they're going to catch us. So I left Afghanistan for the purpose of going to Pakistan and join Mujahideen in order to fight, and that time, the Soviet Union. But when I reached Pakistan, I went to their headquarters on each party, each organization that existed in that time. When I dealt those people, I didn't feel very comfortable. Then I decided to not to stay there, to leave Pakistan in the purpose of pursuing my study somewhere else. Since I didn't have enough money to go somewhere else, I went to France embassy, and I applied for a visa. I was a student in one of the French school back home, and I had my high school diploma from there. I presented that, to a guy over there, to a French embassy, and the lady who was working there, she asked me if I know somebody, and I said, well, I don't know anybody, but I got a tap on my shoulder, and there was another Afghan gentleman sitting in the back in that chair. He tapped on my shoulder and he said, son, tell him that you know this person. And he gave me a plea of paper, writing an address on it. I gave that to that woman, and after that, I gave the form and everything, and I just left the embassy. And within 45 days, I received my visa.
Oh, man.
And after receiving my visa, I didn't have enough money to purchase my ticket in order to go to France. I waited for a while until I received some money from my parents. I took that money and I purchased my ticket, and I went to France. I stayed in France for a year and a half. I was at the University of Science Social in Toulouse, France. It was summer of that year. I went to American Embassy and I applied for a visa, for a tourist visa to come to United States to visit my family in here. I have a lot of family members that lived in the United States. And when I reached here, after a few days, I met my wife, And
within a few days.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
wow.
a few months,
Yeah.
Then I decided to tighten up. And in order to do that, I had to stay here. So I gave up on everything in France and I applied for a visa and I became a resident in the United States.
What an incredible story.
It is.
Well, now, had most of the family that you had in the States, had they already left Afghanistan
They were all, they
before
left
the
Afghanistan
invasion?
before us. And
Yeah.
Some of my family members, they used to work for American Embassy.
Okay.
So it was easier process for them in order to leave Afghanistan at that time, because anybody that was working in an American embassy or had any tie with United States, they were not in safe place. So they had to leave or they do something. And that's what happened. Majority of my family members that used to work for American Embassy, they fled first and they had no problem whatsoever to come to United States at that time. So they were residing in United States before I came.
But they left for the same reason, though.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just
for the
ahead of
same
you.
reason, yeah.
What was it like fleeing Afghanistan for Pakistan, and then your time in Pakistan, 45 days for the visa? Where are you staying?
It took 45 days to get to receive my visa, but I stayed in Pakistan for 9 months. And within that period of time, we used to stay in very cheap quarters of Pakistan, paying very low rent because and we surviving on very less that we had though. So it wasn't that much though. So with the money that we had from Afghanistan, it was just enough to pay the rent and everything. Nutrition-wise, we were not feeding ourselves on very good food or anything. It was just surviving though. So on beans, rice, and occasionally on meat sometime though. So it was not an easy stay in Pakistan, but we did it though. So we survived those days as well. So, now that I remember it, it was a kind of a dark period of our life though.
I can only imagine. Yeah,
Absolutely.
It reminds me a lot. I have one of my best friends. She's Iranian, and her mom. I drove her back from Chicago once, and we had 3 hours, and she just told me their whole story of fleeing Iran.
A lot of those people also went through a lot of things because Iran Revolution also took place in 1979, and a lot of Iranian got misplaced, and they had to leave the country as well.
Well, just like with the gentleman behind you saying, say you know this person.
Absolutely.
The amount of things that her and her husband, Reza, that they had happen for them to be where they are today, because they had gone to London and then here.
Absolutely.
But so many things happened by chance
Absolutely.
that enabled them to kind of still be here, you know? And so just like that gentleman in the chair, you know,
it was, I don't know. I mean, I still remember his name. He's not alive anymore. After living for quite some time in France, I met them in France when I was there. I lived one of his friends that used to live there, and but now his family lives in his family. They all live in France. I called his son and I told him about my experience of what exactly has happened in French embassy in Pakistan, and I got a tap from his father on my shoulder. That was a very great help that I received from them, because majority of those people that were applying for a visa to go to France, they were waiting for a year or 2 years almost.
Yeah.
Since I had, the pre of that, the address that I had, it was a very well-known person in Paris, and that made it a lot easier for me to get the visa, and the process was a lot faster though.
Yeah. Wow. It's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, there are angels that help you and you don't know, that was my angel, so.
Certainly.
Yeah.
And then, so when you get to the States, was it Virginia?
Virginia.
And then from Virginia to Indianapolis?
To Indianapolis, and from Indianapolis to Bloomington.
There you go.
Yeah.
Season 9 of the No Dishes podcast is presented by our friends at Game Day Men's Health. I've been seeing them for the past 5 months and have lost over 50 pounds using tirzepatide. But they do so much more than just weight loss. Whether you're suffering from fatigue, loss of motivation, poor sleep, or other wellness concerns, Game Day Men's Health can help. Check out GameDayMen'sHealth.com today to schedule your free testosterone test and consultation to get yourself back in the game. Better business, better community. For over a century, the Greater Bloomington Chamber of Commerce has been a cornerstone of business growth and community development. They are dedicated to helping local businesses thrive. Their business is all about your business. Join the chamber today. Call 812-336-6381 or visit chamberbloomington.org to learn more.
What was it that brought you, and I apologize if I missed it, that brought you from
We have
Virginia
family.
It was family
We used to commute during those 5 years that I lived
Well, I knew
in
that.
Indianapolis. Yeah.
But what brought you from Virginia to Indianapolis?
The restaurant.
It was for the restaurant.
It was
Okay,
the restaurant.
gotcha.
It was the restaurant that brought me to Indianapolis.
What do you think it was? You said that made you always want to run a restaurant.
He was a friend of mine. He had a small restaurant. He moved that to a bigger space, and he needed some help in that time. We thought that the business will boom and probably will be good for two people. We did that, and I gained most of my experience in that restaurant and working in that Italian restaurant as well. Those two restaurants have given me a lot of experience that made it possible for me to open the restaurant in Bloomington. Because without experience, a lot of people, they open a restaurant, they think, it's okay.
Oh, yeah.
Restaurant is easy. And they think, that we open the restaurant, we sell this plate of food for $25, that $25 is yours. No, it's not that way.
No.
There are a lot involved in the restaurant business.
We've had a lot of guests that have come on here
Yeah.
that they figured it out.
Absolutely.
But they will even say, we did not know what we were getting into.
There are a lot of unknown about it. So they have to, in those restaurants in Indianapolis, those restaurants helped me a lot. So I had the experience to come to Bloomington and establish that in Bloomington. So which was a very good thing and blessing, basically.
Yeah, and here you are, almost 3 decades later.
27 years,
Yeah.
Can you believe? 9 years, if you call it that way, almost 3 decades. No.
Yeah. So you mentioned that, you always wanted to open up a restaurant. What was it about restaurants that appealed to you?
When I went to France, I used to work in a Vietnamese restaurant. I would go there. It was 3 brothers that opened a restaurant in Toulouse. It was a Vietnamese restaurant, very good food. And that motivated me, that gave me an idea of opening and introducing your food to the people as well. I always wanted to do that. I wanted to do that in France as well. But I moved to United States, and that shifted a little bit. And it took me a while to establish myself, but I did that also. That I always wanted to open a restaurant and introduce this food to the people as well. In Indianapolis, they had only one restaurant. In Bloomington, there is just only one restaurant as well. So it was a very good thing for me to introduce that, and people, they love it.
Certainly. Yeah. Over the last 27 years, has there been any others that have popped up?
You mean other
other Afghan restaurants?
Yeah, there were a couple of other restaurants. They were doing well as well, but eventually they got tired of it and they got out of the business. So, yeah. I had a friend of mine that also opened on the near campus on the east side. It was next to that famous pizza place.
Mother Bears?
Mother Bears.
Yes.
Yeah. But now Mother Bears took that space and he left that place also.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're doing something right. You obviously love it to
Absolutely.
do it for this long.
Anything that I do would do it with a lot of passion. I love cooking, and when I cook food, I cook it very nice. Okay. I put everything that I have in it. So I said, well, I do it the way that I want to do it for myself, and I do it the same. I'll do that the same way for my customer, and I've taught this, for my son as well. So he's going to follow that as well. I told him that, okay, you have to be very consistent and never lose interest. If you lose interest in serving food, then don't do it, because you're going to mix up a lot of things. Serving food is an art, and you have to do it with a lot of passion. And if you love it, you're going to do a lot better than not loving it.
Of course.
If you do it just for the purpose of making money, I think if you don't have love for it, you're not going to make it.
Yeah, they'll be able to taste the difference.
Absolutely. Yeah.
How much of the cooking do you still do?
I go there in the daytime. I purchase everything. I have people that help me as well. I cannot cook everything else. So I taught everybody in the kitchen how to do a lot of things. But the key is in my hand, okay? I know how to open it and how to close that. And I told them how to, I have kept some of the recipe to me. I don't want to give that away, but some of them I taught them well, they're cooking it. But when it gets to a difficult part, I will go ahead and help as well. So
that's smart.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't do it all yourself, especially for over so long. You need to train people. You need to have people that can do it. God forbid you need to go on a vacation.
When I go on vacation, these people in the kitchen, they're able to run the restaurant with no problem whatsoever, but not for long. Enough for me to take some days off as well.
Yeah.
My son that is taking over, that makes it a lot easier for us. I mean, my son does a very good job. I always monitor him. I will go and check with everything else well. I have set up cameras. I even monitor it from home. Mm-hmm. I don't want any customer that is not pleased with my food or anything. We will contact those and let them know that, okay, any mistake that took place, we are going to go ahead and correct it. So this is a restaurant. A lot of time, we get a lot of people from out of town, and sometimes the restaurant gets so busy and so hectic that it's difficult to handle it. There are some misstep that happens, but we correct it afterward, though.
Yeah, and handle it appropriately.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you have a timeline in place where you might be able to really take a step back and just...
As soon as my son is able to take care of it and have the control of the restaurant for 100%, and that time I'll say, he's getting there. He's around 60% there.
Okay.
But I will teach him some other things that exist about the restaurant. He has been working with me on and off. He was working with me during college time, during the school time as well. He's a very good and blessing person that in my life, and he is trying to help me as well, and does things that he wants to do as well. So,
is his younger brother going to help him at some point?
The older brother makes the younger brother to work as well.
There you go. Okay,
he put him on a schedule.
Yeah.
Last night he was working. It was a slow night, but he worked there again. So he's working during the week. He wants to be off on the weekend because he has some activities with his friends and everybody else.
Of course, yeah.
I let him do that until he goes to college.
There you go.
And then in college time, he has to work and make some pocket money for himself. So he's going to work at the restaurant. I even push him to work somewhere else because sometimes kids, they become a little bit more comfortable working for you.
Of course, yeah.
So I will give him some experience out of the restaurant and bring him back here as well. I told him to get a job somewhere else, so he should, and that way he's going to appreciate working in the restaurant as well. So.
Yeah. He'll be like, my dad's not that bad, actually, when he goes somewhere.
Believe me.
Well, it seems like with this slow, intentional process of changeover, that you're set up for another 27 years.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully. If my son take care of this restaurant will survive pretty much another 25 years or another 27 years or even more. Who could believe it, that we are going to be there. We have been there for 27 years. And that 27 might become 54 years, who knows?
Yeah. I'm excited to see it happen.
Absolutely.
Let it play out.
If I'm alive, I hope, if I'm seeing it and if I'm still alive, I really love it. If I'm not, then my son and my family will enjoy it as well. So,
Yeah, well, to keep it in the family. And I
Absolutely.
can't wait for the first time that you get to go in there, sit down and have a meal and not worry about the operation.
I go there once in a while, with my wife, and I enjoy my meal. And my son makes the best plate as well for me. He's trying to show off as well.
That's a good son.
Absolutely, he's a good son.
Yeah. Do you get a?
All my kids are very good. They're in very good way of making a good living in this country.
That's great. Well, that's good parenting.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you? Or sorry, go ahead.
They have a good mom. She reaches my children, and she's there for them all the time, though. So, which is very good thing as well. So.
Now, do the two of you get time to go enjoy dinners at other places very often? Or?
I love to go to Bucciata.
Oh, okay, yes.
Puccini.
Yeah, but Buccetto's down here. Yeah.
The owner of that place is a very good friend of mine, Paul.
Yeah.
And I go there, and if anything goes wrong, I will tell him. Tell him that exactly. And he's that way as well. And I told him, if anything that you see that is not good in my place, we need dine or we need to carry out and all this thing, please let me know. And I'm that way as well with him. If anything that goes a little bit off, I will tell him that, okay, I went to your restaurant that day. The food wasn't that well, and he is very appreciative of that, and he does the same thing to me. So,
well, you need that. You don't want to always just hear everything's great.
Those are good friends.
Yes,
Believe me, those are good friends.
100%. That's how you know.
A good friend tell you your mistakes, your flaws. Those are good friends. They have to tell you because you have to correct it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna keep on doing the same thing. Yeah.
That's great. Do you have other spots you go to?
Well, I go to farm sometime, and Uptown is my a very favorite place for my wife. She loves it. And there is a small French restaurant, Le Petit Café.
Oh, of course.
Since I lived in France, I know that guy. So I go there once in a while as well. And that's my favorite restaurant as well.
There, I know they dialed down and stopped doing dinner services. And
they
just
do.
window.
Patrick, he's the guy that he does things in his own way. He's retired. He's old enough also with his wife. Things that he does it in his own way. So.
Yeah, I've reached out. I'm hoping
He's
eventually
a nice
I want to get the two of
Holy
them
gosh,
here.
he's fun, believe me.
Oh,
He's
I know. I've
very
met
fun.
him. I used to do dinner in there back in the day, and it was great. And it's very simple. You pick the meat or fish, red or white. It's not a big menu. It's not this type of wine. It's just very simple.
The No Dishes podcast is brought to you by VisitBloomington.com. VisitBloomington.com is the best resource for restaurant and culinary information, special events, fun activities, places to stay, and more in our area. We share a similar mission here on the No Dishes podcast of highlighting local businesses and the people who make our community unique. We can't thank them enough for hopping on board. Check them out at VisitBloomington.com to easily plan your next meal, visit, or night out on the town. The Bloomington Town Planner is a community calendar owned and published by local residents John and Sharon Martin. Mailed out to Bloomington homes in December of each year, it features school schedules and community events. And don't forget the coupons at the bottom of the calendar. They'll save you money and help you decide on the next restaurant or retailer to check out here in the Bloomington area. Town Planner also has an online calendar which will be found at townplanner.com. Make sure to sign up for their weekly e-newsletter so you can stay on top of all the fun events going on around town.
When we had lunch, they used to come a lot for lunch. Now that we limited lunch, I don't see them that much. I practice my French with them as well.
Oh, yeah.
They're very good people. Yeah.
What have over the last 27 years in Bloomington? What have been some of your favorite things about the community and everything that is available here?
Anything in Bloomington is good. Believe me, Bloomington is a very good place to raise a family because everything is so close by to you.
Yes.
You reach your children, and you can do anything for them. You can take karate class for them. You can take them to exercise, and you can take music lesson for them, and all these things. In big cities, that is impossible.
It's all spread out.
You're gonna spend hours and hours in commuting.
Yes.
From one place to another place.
Yeah, I'm so happy you mentioned that.
Absolutely.
Because I ask this question all the time, and it's like, oh, I love going to the lake or the nature, or all the great things that Bloomington has. But my biggest thing, I always tell people, I'm like, all the things that I do, I wouldn't have time for if I was in Indianapolis and had to spend time in traffic.
You're a city boy. We live in city of Bloomington. Everything is within our reach.
Yes, it's so close.
And
everywhere.
nothing far away. When we go to visit our family in Virginia or Washington D.C. or any big cities, that become an hassle for us.
Yeah.
To go from one place to another place, it takes you just the whole day.
Of course.
Because some of my relatives live in Virginia, and some of them live in Maryland, and Virginia has expanded tremendously. It's unbelievable how Virginia has become big.
Just around like Alexandria?
You can, areas that we used to, when I was living in Virginia, Gettysburg, Maryland, those areas, they were very far away for us, to purchase anything. Now people, they work in Washington, D.C. and live in Gettysburg, Maryland, which is a very long commute. If you want to go visit one of your relatives, they all scattered all over in Virginia. Some of them, they live in Gettysburg, Maryland. Some of them in Potomac, Maryland. Someone live in Alexandria, Virginia. Someone in Lorton. So and Virginia is very crowded. The traffic is awful. You cannot reach anybody.
Yeah. Have you tried recruiting your family to Bloomington?
Well, I'm trying, I always motivate them to move somewhere else. I finally, it wasn't that I didn't persuade him, but my cousin is a dentist, okay? He used to call me and ask me, tell me that he's struggling in Virginia. I said, what the hell is wrong with you? We are in need of dentists in here, and you're struggling. Come over. He got a very good job in Champaign, Illinois.
Okay, yeah.
So he's moving to close to us.
Yeah.
Which is almost 2 hours away from us.
Yeah, it's not too bad at all.
No. So I brought one of them, and hopefully I will convince more.
Yeah. I've been doing the same thing. I've got 3 sisters and a brother. Yeah. And I've been trying to recruit them to come live down here.
If they work from anybody that works from home, they should move somewhere like this. It makes it so easy for them to raise children, to raise a family in here. It's very easy comparatively to big cities.
Of course. I always, growing up, because I grew up in the Indianapolis area, in Carmel.
Even Indianapolis is getting very big now.
Oh, I know. And I always thought, man, I want to live in New York City, or I want to do this. And just moving to Bloomington, everything's here that I need. And it's
once
very
you get
accessible.
used to this kind of living, I don't think you're gonna.
Oh no chance. I'm here for good.
We go once in a while to Chicago. Chicago is a big city.
Yeah,
and that is big for us, though. So imagine moving to a big state like Virginia. No, that's impossible now for us.
Yeah, Chicago. It's fun to visit.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's fun to visit. It's you're gonna have a good time. But other than that, it's not. For
everyday life, it's a little bit.
For everyday life, no.
Yep.
I don't recommend that for anybody.
Well, Anwar, I can't thank you enough for your time and just everything that Samira's an institution. It's, it's a staple in Bloomington.
That's what I told for Mr. Arnoff. It's one of my very beloved customers. He's my customer since we opened the restaurant.
Wow.
His wife passed away, unfortunately. And he told me one day, Anwar, you have built a landmark in here. That makes me very happy.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful to you. I'm very grateful to Bloomington people. I'm very grateful to city of Bloomington that helped me in every aspect of my life. And I'm very appreciative of that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. It's you're loving your passion show, and now I can't wait to come in and see you for some Mantu soon.
Please do so.
Thanks, buddy.
You're still here. You made it, champ. I'm proud of you. Thanks to Game Day Men's Health, all of our other sponsors, and to G Baby Garrett with Green Hat Media. See you next time. This episode of the No Dishes Podcast was recorded, edited, and produced by Garrett Portinga of Green Hat Media in beautiful downtown Bloomington, Indiana.
No dishes.
No Dishes Media.
No Dishes Media.